right, that's a wrap from the spring game. Looks like Kent Myers might be first up, but kind of just waiting around, so maybe I'll have some comments. It's kind of an up and down game for both the offense and defense, which is kind of to be expected in the spring, but we'll ask the guys and Coach Wells about that, see if there was anything to be alarmed about, but like I say, some good moments. I think the offensive line looked good at times. I think the defensive line looked pretty good at times, but it was just a little bit up and down, and so we'll see what the deal is.
You already gone?
I think Matt Wells is going to go first.
Down here shooting interviews right now or no? I'm standing on the field. Where are you? Is it fun?
I guess it's going to be a second.
Okay. We'll start whenever you want. You good? Okay. All right. How's everybody doing today?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good? Good. What's up, bud? All right, fire away. Who's up?
How pleased are you with
So a little up and down.
your team? How pleased are you with today?
Today was good. The weather held off. I thought it was a really good crowd for the weather, but I thought our guys competed hard. Really fast start by the offense. I thought Kent, Damian, all the receivers, really, we spread it out a lot of ways. Did a nice job early. Some good plays by the defense late. Nobody got hurt, so it was a good day and competitive score.
How far along are you in the implementation of that new offense? Are you guys 100% installed?
It's 100% install, but it's not 100% efficiency yet. That's always something you're striving for perfection. But I think there's a lot of days in spring that it looked like you wanted it to look. Early on today, I think that's the way you wanted it to look. We got to still run the ball a little bit better, and hopefully that'll come. But I thought from a passing standpoint, throw and catch, and the efficiency and the fast operation, I thought it looked pretty good early on.
How did Kent look?
I thought he did well. He played efficient. He threw the ball. He managed it early. I thought he was good. He has limited reps. He played the first half. Today, just coming off, I thought they gave the quarterbacks plenty of time to throw. Some of that still is a little hard to evaluate because the quarterbacks weren't live. Like I said before, we got to continue to we got to make better strides in the run game. But I thought the defense did some nice job on the flip side of stopping the run. I didn't think we ran the ball real well today, but I thought we threw it and caught it and moved the ball down the field that way.
Were you a little disappointed in the red zone efficiency there? 2 times it got stopped in the 5-yard line. But more proud of your defense for putting up the stand in those positions?
Yeah, just in a game situation, in a competitive situation, it was a great job by the defense. I think I'm not disappointed by the number one offense. I thought the number one offense really in the red zone, the last part of spring was pretty efficient.
So can you trade a player in the middle of the game from defense to offense?
Well, I
and
did that.
special
Did you guys
teams?
notice that? Yeah, so Rashad Lewis started at corner, and the plan was to go 2 series with him with the number one defense and then move him over and the number one defense. And that first series was 11 plays, they told me. So in an effort to get him more plays on offense before he was out, moved him to offense, saw him jog across and do the jersey switch. We're not going to – good thing we don't have to do that in a game. That took forever. But he's a talented kid, and there's a lot of ways that we can expose him on both sides of the ball as well as the special teams.
Having seen what you have in the spring, what's going to be the biggest point of emphasis in the fall?
Well, as you go into the fall, you have new – in terms of personnel, you got new guys coming in. We have some freshmen and some junior college kids that we believe in terms of their talent and our evaluation of that they can come in and help us. And so just individually, there's going to be a lot of those guys coming in and seeing if they can play. So that'll be the biggest thing is those guys when they get in here in June.
I wasn't here when you started, Coach, but the defense was way behind. and then came back. Proud of that, what they showed?
I am. They played better in the second half. Scoring system helps out when you get some TFLs and some sacks and those kind of things. But it was kind of give and take. In the second half, a lot of the younger players played in the second half, and it's always fun for them to see the competitiveness of them individually and then both sides going back. And I didn't have to manufacture the score today. It came down to the wire.
Well, and you didn't play Kent the second half. Can we take the assumption that he basically has won the job again here in the spring?
Nothing's won until we get to the end of training camp. I would say he absolutely took the lead coming out of spring. He stretched it, and I thought the way, especially the last 6 or 7 practices, 6 practices the last 2 weeks, he really made a lot of good strides, consistency. There's a lot on the quarterback in this offense in terms of audibles and plays. He distanced himself a little bit, and then throughout the summer and training camp, Jordan Love and DJ have both done some good stuff, and I thought both of them played well and made some nice throws in the second half. They both really did. So their development is key to them individually, but also to us as a whole. It's not been very many years we've only played with one quarterback around here. So,
well, and in this kind of scrimmage and the way you score it, he has to run wide, fast to get 85 yards out of a run like he got in that play.
It looked like he got a little tired at the end, didn't he? It was a nice play on the keep.
Can you talk a little bit about the decision to move up? The scrimmage,
and
how that worked out really good.
I think it worked out real well, didn't it?
Was that just
Craig
you, or
said you
what?
could change
I
the
assume you
weather.
involved a
You're right.
weatherman in that.
I'm just honestly, I'm glad we got it in. We got a lot of snaps in, and that's an interesting thing because right before the last 6 minutes, with 6 minutes to go, I asked them where we're at 100 plays, and that's a running clock. It's hard to do. So I think that tells you how many plays we're running on offense and trying to snap the ball. We got it above 30 seconds on that clock, quite a few. But I'm glad the rain held off, and the decision to move it up was key.
Is that something you want to run a lot of plays fast, or do you want to just have that as a weapon, I guess, to keep the defense from substituting?
It's going to be a little bit more who we are. In the past, it's been a little bit more of a change-up. Now it's going to be a little bit more of a change-up to slow it down. That's just going to be our identity.
Damien Hobbs obviously used him early, and he's going to be probably a pretty big weapon for you guys.
I'm proud of Damien. The transition for him to tight end was very natural and very smooth. He knows what we're doing. He's a smart football player. He cares, but he can also catch the ball. I mean, you guys saw it. He's got good speed. He's going to gain a little bit more weight. And the 1-2 punt with him and Dax Raymond at tight end, and then Carson Terrell, a freshman, that kid that we signed out of Lehigh. Those 3 guys, the tight end position, I think we'll be pretty good at the tight end spot.
Is depth something you're still just always a work in progress during practices and everything?
Yeah, and Isaac, you're really, in terms of depth, you're trying to figure out, do we have any or do we have none? And if the answer is, when you say none, in terms of can we put this kid in the game and really compete and help us win, we may have to move some guys at other spots, but that's what spring's for, and you try to play a lot of your younger players. I saw some young guys grow up. I saw Dalton Baker grow up. He's going to be fine, and he got it cleaned up, and he'll be back June 5th in full speed. So he'll be in that mix. But you do have a lot of new faces up there, and so the cohesion and the chemistry of that unit is a must in training camp. But that'll work itself out throughout the summer. We did move a lot of guys around this spring to see. I said this Thursday after practice. Some guys are better at guard than they are at tackle, and we were playing them at tackle to see if they could even do it. And sometimes that does hurt your chemistry on the O-line.
Are you expecting any more position changes?
No, not off the top of my head.
Not really.
You got one in mind? No, I did. I meant I don't think so.
I don't either.
I don't think so.
Oh, at this point, how do you see things shaping up with Rayshad in terms of how you guys would use him?
That's a good question, and I didn't want to answer it because I don't know the answer. I was going to kind of answer an Isaac's question. Rayshad Lewis he's a two-way player. The guy's a really good corner. He's got great anticipation skills. He can get in and out of breaks, and he's a weapon in the slot. The reaction at halftime is priceless for me as a coach, but it's also Brady's a miracle right now, walking around, and my heart goes out to that family.
Anything else for Coach?
Good. Okay, thanks
Coach.
guys. Appreciate y'all.
Coach.
Okay, we have senior quarterback Kent Myers.
I think the offense played well today. We had a lot of fun out there. I mean, the score kind of tells a different story with the scoring system. But other than that, I think, everybody came out healthy at the end of it. And, we're just ready to win a Mountain West Championship.
This new offense, are there just more options to throw to, more options in the offense? Or are you just more comfortable in it? What's the difference?
I think it's a lot of freedom with the quarterbacks. We're able to make a lot of checks out there. There's a lot of vertical routes, so we have a lot of, spreading out the defense and just giving it to our playmakers.
If they can just touch you to bring you down, you had to be pretty open on that long run.
I'm saying, I think I would have scored, but, I was trying not to get touched. 'Cause I know as soon as they put a fingernail on me, I'm down. So, in a real game, I'm scoring on that for sure.
Offense got off to a really good quick start there. It has to be a positive.
Yeah, we want to come out, at the beginning of the game, play quick, score, get the juice, get that momentum going, so it can feed with our defense and just keep going like that. So I think we did pretty well on that, but it's a lot of things that we can still work on, like the little things. But other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah, we're just really taking what the defense gives us. If it's just the opportunity that I can pull it and throw it, we're going to do that. And like I said, just getting the ball to our athletes and letting them make a play.
Do you consider this a complicated offense, or is it just you just have to learn how to execute?
Just execution. Really, it's a simple offense. You just got to go out there and really invest and really just take everything and practice and translate into the game. And when we do that, we just score a lot of points.
Is it nice not having any rain like it was predicted?
Yeah, we're supposed to play at 2 o'clock. We moved it to 12:30, and we got lucky. I think it's about to pour down in a couple minutes, but, we're blessed to have this weather and go ahead and show our fans what we got this year.
Oh, really? Sir, record. Anything else for Kent?
Thank you, guys.
Ooh.
Still going? Okay, we've got junior linebacker Chase Christiansen. Chase will give us an opening comment on how the defense played, and then you take questions.
I thought we played. It was kind of rough sometimes. I think we gave up too many yards, but in the end, we made some stops on the goal line, which were huge for us. So overall, it was decent. Not where we want it to be, so we got a lot to improve on, but not too bad.
The defense got better though. It's second on.
Yeah, early on we struggled, gave up that big run, and that's something we never want to see. So as you kind of get a feel for it, I think kind of as the game goes on, there's kind of a rhythm and a flow to it, and I think we kind of picked up on more on that and started making more plays.
You guys did a good job at red zone after the start. The defense was much tougher.
Yeah,
let them score close.
Yeah, which is an emphasis that we've had lately. So when they get in the red zone, our goal is 50% of the available points. So if we can keep them from scoring a touchdown, and better yet, they miss a field goal, that's huge for us.
How's the linebacker group coming along? Some of the young guys, they starting to get integrated into the defense?
Yeah, we're getting there. It's kind of a lot to learn, and there's a lot on the linebacker's shoulders. So it just takes time for linebackers to learn the defense and be confident in their assignments and what we're doing. But we're doing well. And a lot of the new guys, we've been switching some people inside and outside, and so that's something that they've had to adjust to, and they've done well.
The guys up front made plays today too a couple times.
Yeah, when those guys are playing good,
yeah.
when those guys are playing good, it makes our job so much easier. And GMAC in particular has had a great spring. Man, he grinds, and he's been a great player for us. And so a lot of the stuff that you see, the success that the linebackers see, is a reflection of how the defensive line is playing. So we can't really. It's hard for us to take praise because the defensive line is a huge part of how well we play.
It'd be a fun way for the defense to end the scrimmage, though.
Yeah, we love that, especially in 2 minutes. So anytime we get a turnover in 2 minutes, it's huge. Win the game for us.
You feel like the start of spring to now, the spring game with you guys up front, just because there's so many moving parts, between the front defensive line and also the linebackers?
Yeah, it's kind of just like a cohesion thing, maybe like a camaraderie thing. You kind of get used to each other, and you kind of get used to playing each other the more that you do it. So that's why I think a big component of spring is kind of building on the camaraderie and getting used to playing together and as spring goes on, that's something that that just develops, and so it's been something that was needed, and so it's good to see us starting to come together like that.
So would you say there was a lot of improvement the defense made this spring?
Yeah, I think assignment, kind of, because some of the things that hurt us last year were a big emphasis during the spring. So, and the coaches made that an emphasis, and those things were the things that started to hurt us less and less and less as spring went on. So, for that and trying to give up less big plays, less big runs, and so that's kind of the focus, and it's been good. And then we made a huge improvement in that area.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of practice time has been spent on just little skills and developments and things like that in different things you do defensively besides scrimmaging and running plays, right?
Yeah, because there's different components, especially with the type of defense that we run. It's aggressive, and you have to kind of know your responsibility. And so in certain situations, you need to know what your job is, whether it be quarterback or running back, and things emphasized like that can make a huge difference on how the defense plays, and just give other people time to get to the ball and let us warm to the ball and be a aggressive defense, make negative plays, and just be able to stop the run.
Anything else for Chase? Okay.
Thank you, Chase.
Good. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, that's it. Looks like defense came out with the win, but kind of up and down. I think the offense definitely showed that they can move the ball in the first part. Seth, what are your thoughts? We're live.
I don't know, the offense looked really good first half, and the defense kind of caught back up, and it was really good. It's good to see that the offense, I don't know how much different it is, but it's just, I don't know it's the way they call it or what, but it just seems to be, I don't know, it just seems like it fits Kent Myers a lot more. He's not forcing anything, and he looked really good today.
Well, something that Kent Myers said was really interesting, because he said the way the vertical routes and the underneath routes and everything work together is different. So if you've got more room underneath, or vice versa, obviously you can. He's got options. He's got open receivers, and they've got room to run, and Kent's comfortable with it. I mean, the fast pace and everything he's really good at. So I think that's a perfect fit for him to have all those options, real options, not just we're going to call this play, but we expect you to go to one receiver and look at the one receiver, or keep the ball no matter what, or hand the ball off no matter what. Admittedly, there was some of that going on in the last couple of years, so I think it's a real, everything is an option on every play, so I think it'll be pretty fun to watch. The defense, maybe the defense showed that they've got some decent depth. Some of the young guys, maybe they're playing second and third string and coming in, maybe figured it out a little bit, I guess would be a positive for the defense, but other than that, the defense didn't look great. Especially on those first couple possessions. So I would say the defense has some work to do with defensive ends and linebackers. They got